aka Isabelle Cheren. Well, this is kind of like a coffee with Isa, but it's not really a coffee with Isa, but it is a coffee with Isa in a roundabout way. I've actually redone this a couple of times, mainly because I ended up going off the tangent and moaning. And then I thought to myself, no one wants to hear you moan, Liz. No one really wants to hear you moan. So I thought I'd reel it in. I'd reel it right in, and I wouldn't moan. The only thing, I mean, obviously, there's the obvious elephant in the room that we all want to moan about. And yeah, there is that. And then, but I've got another elephant in my room, literally, that has caused me difficulty in this time. So, but I'm not going to go on about that. I might write about it rather than go on about it, you know, leave it stained in history. I'll put it in a book as a reminder to myself, never, ever, ever again. Anyhow, Christmas was okay. It was difficult, and I'm sure it was difficult for many people that have been stuck in on their own and not able to see anybody. At least I managed to see my children, although at a distance. So my son come round on Christmas Day at about 11 a.m. Stood on the doorstep about 2 foot apart. That's the 2 foot? No, it's about 5 foot. I'm thinking meters. Yeah, it was about 5 foot apart. Yeah. And just stood there and we wished each other Merry Christmas. No hugs. We're not allowed to hug. Can't take that risk. And sort of we flung our presents at each other. So I saw him for about 10 minutes or so. And then in the evening at 6 p.m, my daughter came round and with my ex-husband and my grandson, which was so wonderful. Again, 5 or so feet or more distance, mainly because of the little one, because, I have a real concern about him. If anyone doesn't know, he's when he was 2 months old, he's 5 now, suffered a major, did he suffer it? Well, anyhow, he had major heart surgery at 2 months of age. So it's something that I'm very conscious about, that if he were to get COVID, it would have, a bad effect on him. So hence the big social distance. But most of the day, what did I do? Most of the day I spent snacking. We'll call it snacking and watching films. And actually it was quite delightful in that kind of way because I was home alone. It was joy. Walked around in my pajamas. Don't worry, I did have a shower, but I walked around in my pajamas. It was wonderful. Christmas Eve, I had a last minute invite to go downstairs in my apartment complex and sing Christmas carols with all the other neighbours at our socially distanced place. I can't sing, neither could many of the other neighbours. I will tell you that. But it was nice, and it was, kind of like a feel-good thing, and so we did that. And especially for the older people that are downstairs in the building who can't see anybody, so they loved it, absolutely loved it. It was bloody cold outside, can I just tell you? It was cold. Boxing Day, more or less on my own until the housemate came home in the evening. And yeah, to be honest, it's been quite a non-event, the Christmas period. I mean, it was okay. I didn't get too emotional. I thought I would get really emotional, and I didn't. And then I went back to work on Tuesday. And then I'm all going to be off for New Year's Day. So it's all very, what can I say? So I'm very aware other people had worse situations, obviously. And so I don't sit there and feel too sorry about it for myself, because I just think it's highly rude of me to feel so sorry about it for myself when other people don't even have anyone to come and see them. At least I have that. At least I can get on the phone and talk to people. Some people don't have that, and that just really sort of resonates with me at the moment. But you want to know what really resonates with me? Can I just tell you what really resonates with me is those social influencers. The ones, and they're going to go out and do a good deed because they want to be socially relevant. So they go and do a good deed, and they like go and buy loads of food, or they make food and then they go and deliver it. But the camera's on them all the time. Them, I saw quite a few of them, and I was just like, really? But did you give someone a roof over their head? Did you actually give them your time rather than some food? Did you? By heck no, you didn't. So I will be honest and say I don't find that kind of thing very relevant at all, unless they go that extra mile and they give people the time, especially those people that were really lonely, who've lost someone or been sick themselves, or any of those things. Give them the time. Do you know what? Time is far more precious than presents. It's one thing I've learned. Human contact and time is the most precious thing we can have. During the whole of this year, that is what I've learned. And I'm telling you, going into 2021, if people haven't learnt that, I think that's a sad, sad thing in our society. So yeah, I'm not really into it, social influencers. Well, I am if they're doing something that I find entertaining, but I'm not into them just because they look good. Although I don't mind perving one or two, but it's just the whole, make yourselves relevant based on other people's difficulties, and I struggle with that. But yeah, anyhow. Aside from that, I have some really good friends, both in the virtual world and in my real life. And I really, really value them because they've looked out for me, they've contacted me, and I think that's just so important. I've also learned who are my real friends. Yeah. It's times like these you really learn. Certainly not the ones at work. Apart from one. No one bothered. Anyhow. That's my update. Nothing much else to say. If you're at a loss on New Year's Eve, Yorkie and I are going to a party. Yeah, we are. We're going to a party together. Harriet did the report yesterday, so if you want to find out more, it's there. I'm not telling you what time I'm going, but we're going. Who will I go as? We'll wait and see. Anyhow, if you see this and I don't, whatever, I don't see you before, whatever, I want to wish you all a really, really happy New Year. Whatever it is you're not doing, a happy New Year, because we shouldn't really be doing anything too much. Anyhow, but I want to wish you all a happy New Year, and I hope that whatever your situation is, it doesn't stay that way. It gets better. And if you've lost someone, I am so sorry, and I don't know what else to say really. It's just, can I just say, a shit show. It is a shit show. I kind of feel sorry for the governments, I will say. People run them down. People run down old Chuckles himself, Boris, and I actually feel sorry for him because I think people forget he had COVID. The guy was sick. And it's difficult. It's difficult for everybody, and they don't know what they're dealing with. They've all come into this and sort of really don't know what they're doing. So I don't blame them. I really don't. But I wish they would get it sorted. That's what I do think. I wish they would get it sorted. And as for COVID, has it hit me? Yeah. I've got one friend who's really ill at the moment. Really, really ill. My daughter's friends, a couple, they're ill with it. One of my friends, her daughter was diagnosed. So it is very close to home now, and a bit scary actually. It's scary for me because I have underlying health conditions, and seriously, I couldn't think of anything worse than getting sick, because I'm not leaving my cats. I am not leaving these cats. No one looks after my cats. I actually spoke to my son last night and I said to him, if I get sick, and he's like, Mum, and I said, no, I'm being serious. If I get sick, you're moving in and you're looking after the cats. He's like, but you've got a housemate. And I went, no, you're looking after the cats. And he was like, yes, Mum. So that's my distractions. And if he doesn't, can you please tell me? Anyhow, I hope you all have a great new year, and all look after yourselves. Please be safe, and I'll see you next year, which is on the weekend. See you later. Take care. Bye-bye.
I think I told you not to trust her. She's all about that game. Don't go and fall in before she leaves your heart in vain. She is cold as ice, deep blue sea you can't swim in. Better think twice